of Amanda Morales. She's with me right now. Hello, Amanda.
Hi, here I am.
I'm doing real good, and thank you so much for taking the time and doing this interview with me. I truly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me to be on the show.
Truly a pleasure for sure. So, I had a guest earlier. She's from Brooklyn, New York. Now, what area of New York are you from?
Yeah, we are in a New York state of mind today. I love that.
Yes.
So I actually live in Manhattan right now.
Okay.
I've been here a couple of years. I'm originally from Indiana, though.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
It still kind of fits that New York state of mind type of thing.
yeah,
So good enough, I suppose. So
absolutely.
we're definitely gonna get into some Dagger Kiss
Mm-hmm.
in a matter of moments. Just the sound of it sounds so mesmerizing, to say the least. But what got you into acting? How did that start off for you?
Ever since I was a kid, I was bit by the acting bug doing like musical theater, community theater, and I was saying in another interview, like I played a pickpocket boy in Oliver when I was really young, and I was just kind of hooked since then. So that's where I got my start, and I just kind of never stopped.
That's very cool. So let's go ahead and get into some Dagger Kiss. Um,
Yes.
So you star alongside with Jessica York, Wani Jonah, and the also lovely, my favorite 6 foot
Hmm.
tall girl, Tucky Williams.
Yeah,
Um,
she's really wonderful.
yeah. So how did you got auditioned for the show? Did they reach out to you? You reach out to them? Like how did that work?
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I didn't, know Tucky previously. I had a little bit of an idea of what she'd done with Girl Girl Scene. But we didn't know each other until I saw like a casting breakdown, just like on a website that people use to look for actors. And it was like really late at night. I was just going through there were like hundreds of postings, and like this show kind of called out to me because there was another working title. It wasn't Dagger Kiss yet. But the title was something that sounded like very sort of like fantasy genre. Like I could tell immediately, and it just grabbed me. And I am such a fantasy sci-fi nerd. I was like, that's something I want to be involved in. And, I got in touch with Tucky through that, and the rest is kind of history. But I did some video auditions, and, we connected online, and then she flew me out to Kentucky, and we went for it.
Well, let me just say from watching episode number one, uh, I definitely became a fan for the jump. And just a few weeks ago, at a local convention here in Lexington, I did an
Hmm.
interview with Tucky,
I
and
saw it. It
and
was really good.
so and we definitely gave you a shout out on there for sure.
Hmm.
So what was it like working with the cast? Being behind the scenes and working on this series. What was it like working with the cast?
This is really just an amazing group of people, and I feel so fortunate to have been kind of thrown into it as someone who, I live in New York, and the majority of the cast, they're local to Lexington, Kentucky, there where it's filmed, uh, and I just feel so fortunate that I got to meet so many amazing people. And there's some gorgeous. I've never been to Kentucky. There's some gorgeous, like exterior opportunities, and so much of it's filmed outside, because of the nature of the show. So I was really excited to get to go there and meet all of these new people. But honestly, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had on a set. It was a lot of fun, but we filmed so much of my part of the show, which is a good deal of it, in about a week, because there's only so much time that I could, be away from New York, and that we had to kind of put this together. And it was like this, it just kind of went by in this gorgeous blur, working with these amazing people. And it was really cool because I didn't have to wasn't leaving that atmosphere at night and like going home and then coming back the next day. It was like very immersive, and I really loved that.
For people that wants to check out Dagger Kiss, you could check out the first episode for free through
Yes.
YouTube, and you can catch the rest of the episodes up to this point. at tellofilms.com. That's Tello films.com. Now, from the social media and the texting, etc., what has been the fans and friends' reaction towards this web series? How do they feel about the web series?
Yeah, it's been really well received, I think. I think a lot of people are kind of craving, a fantasy sci-fi kind of action show that is, centered around females, because I do think that there's been a lack of that, especially like in the fantasy genre, of which I'm a huge fan. As I stated before, I'm like huge Lord of the Rings nerd. Like I read kind of sci-fi, but a lot of it is very male dominated, and we've got some great male characters. But at the same time, I feel like there's been just kind of a deficit in terms of like women taking charge in this genre. And I love that with Dagger Kiss we get to do that, and that's one of my favorite things about the show. So that seems to be something that fans are really, really enjoying about it, and noticing and agreeing with that.
You definitely bring a valid point as it pertains to the lack of main stars in a type of show such as Dagger Kiss, or the fantasy sci-fi category, if you will. I mean, I do watch sci-fi from time to time, and for the most part, it's usually the male that be starring, and a female will probably be a co-star or quote unquote leading lady or whatever. So it's good to see people like Tucky, and yourself and Jessica and Wani showing that, hey, ladies can do this too. We can lead. We could be.
That's right.
We could be the one kicking butt. We can have those intense scenes. We can do what the guys do, if not better. So
yeah, we're not all just damsels, which I love.
So look, I'm hooked. So,
I'm glad.
So I love Dagger Kiss. So I look forward to seeing more of it in the future. So considering that the buzz that the web series has been getting, and the good feedback that you ladies have received and the entire cast, I don't know if it's too early to ask this or not, but has there been any discussions for a possible season 2? Or
yeah, I don't know totally how much I can divulge, but I think at this point we're planning to do more, so we'll just have to see. And on that note, anyone listening, subscribing to telefilms.com will definitely help us to have the ability to create that second season. But as of now, there are some plans rolling. There's a lot more story to tell for sure.
That is an absolute fair answer, and I totally understand. Like a lot of people, people love this, and they want more. So, so I'm sure that if I'm not the first to bring it up, then good. Let's keep.
Thank you, Kenny.
Let's keep Dagger Kiss rolling for sure. So not only you have Dagger Kiss going on, but you have been filming for a upcoming film entitled A Doll's House. Talk about that film and your character that you play on this film.
Yeah, so A Doll's House is, we're doing basically an all-female reinterpretation of a classic text by Henrik Ibsen. If you're familiar with kind of the history of feminist literature and drama especially, this is sort of a cornerstone of that. And it's interesting because Ibsen, the author of the play, though it's been kind of held up as this feminist work, he really claims that it was more about the relationship and the dynamics between the couple in the play, Torvald Helmer and Nora Helmer. Nora kind of being the doll in the doll's house because she's sort of a kept woman by her husband. So what we've done is to take that idea and the fact that Ibsen didn't necessarily intend it to be just a feminist depiction and make everybody female, so that we take out the gender issue there and just tell a story about where the power lies in this relationship, and more of a humanist approach rather than just the feminist. So I think that there are a couple of things going on. When you make it all female, you kind of take that element out of it, and you strip it down. And so we actually just wrapped production on that last night. And I play typically, my character is the husband. So I'm Torva Helmer in this case. But what's wonderful about this piece, I think, is that none of us are sort of we're not playing men. We just are in these roles, but we're women, and we're kind of seeing where that takes the story.
That's pretty awesome.
It's intense.
Yeah.
I could talk about it all day.
Yeah. So, for people that wants to learn more from A Doll's House, they are on Twitter.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
are on Instagram as well. I think the handle is at @A_dolls DOLLS_house. So that's the official handle there. So go check them
You did your
out.
research.
So well,
Thank you, Kenny.
I definitely try to do that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a timetable for when this film will be released?
So we plan on putting it through the film festival circuit. And it's currently, we actually had an editor on set, which is an amazing and rare thing as far as films that I've done. So it's going to be put together pretty soon. We're actually going to have a screening of it in late May, which is, of course, going to be in New York. So if you're a New Yorker, you can check out my Facebook page or my website for more information about that. We're going to be doing a screening May 25th in Brooklyn, actually. And then after that, we're going to try to do Tribeca Con. Our director has actually had a short film screened at Con before. So we're going to try to get it through that circuit, and it's going to be feature length. So, definitely more to come, and we're working pretty fast on it, so it'll be soon.
That's absolutely awesome. So be on the lookout for A Doll's House coming soon. And please go check out Dagger Kiss at telefilms.com as well. Now, you definitely proved to be a versatile actress.
Thank you.
That being said, what type of films do you enjoy doing, or what type of films do you enjoy doing the most as far as genre wise? Are you more into the sci-fi like the one you was Dagger Kiss? Are you enjoying the type of genre that A Dollhouse brings? Like what are the type of genre type of films you enjoy doing the most?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. I love doing classics like A Doll's House. So we've contemporized it. It still has that classical feel. There are a lot of duet scenes. It's from a stage play, and I do have a background in theater. So I feel very at home with that. But I love to do fantasy sci-fi projects whenever possible because I'm just so into the genre. I went to school actually for English Lit, and one of my favorite things that I did get to study was when I was able to take science fiction classes that dealt with sci-fi books that have been turned into movies. There's a lot of that. So I would love to do more in that area. But I will hope that eventually I can get into doing some more horror pieces because I'm actually really into horror. I love that genre. And I actually know that Pucky, has a background doing some of that, zombie horror type apocalypse movie, and I love the stuff that she's done. So I hope I can get into that kind of thing in the future. So far, hasn't happened as much, but I just feel so fortunate that as an actor I get to explore all of these different territories and be all of these different things. So it's really hard to pin down my one thing, that I want to do.
You definitely will be a great fit for
I hope.
for the genres that you mentioned. You are absolutely right. As a matter of fact, there's a convention in Lexington called Scarefest. They do the horror and paranormal type of stuff, and I guess I'm just gonna put it out there as a suggestion. just in case if you're into the whole going to conventions and autographs and pictures
Hmm.
and things like that, I'm just putting that out there, because I
Yeah, no,
definitely,
I love the convention scene,
so,
absolutely.
so yeah, I
I
just,
haven't been to that one, though.
yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there for sure.
Yes, thank you. No,
um,
I definitely see that type of thing in my future.
so, what do you consider the highlight of your acting career? It could be a film that you did. It could be a scene. It could be co-starring with someone that you was excited about. Like, what do you consider is the highlight of your acting career?
Another tough one. I definitely put Dagger Kiss up there, not only because I had such a wonderful experience and because we have such a great team, especially Tucky, and the fact that she's put this together is so incredible and impressive to me. So I would put that up there as one of my favorite experiences because I hadn't really previously gotten the chance to act in something that was in such a beloved genre for me. So it's been incredibly wonderful and a really profound experience for that reason. But I also have done a lot of theater in my background, I mentioned, and though I am, doing more film these days, I was lucky enough to get to play Blanche in A Streetcar Named Desire, and that was just one of those roles that, like, my whole life, watching, like, the black and white film as a kid, like, I just always aspired to be Miss Lee, on screen. And so getting to do that role was another major highlight, just getting to do this beautiful classic that's always going to remain with me. And I think it helps me in everything else I do because she's such a such a tortured character. So that was a wonderful experience as well.
So for people that wants to learn more from your work, you got your website at I hope I get this right, AmandaMorales.com, or is it Amanda?
So close.
Oh,
Unfortunately, my name is just all too common. So if pretty much anything in connection with me, it'll be easier to find me if you do Amanda K as in kite, Morales.com.
okay, I got you.
My middle initial's K,
So
yeah.
gotta put the K in there. Gotta put the K in there.
I gotta be singular.
Yeah. So go check out the website. Go. She's on Twitter. She is on Facebook as well. And again, be on the lookout for Doll's House coming soon. And go to tellofilms.com to check out all the episodes of Dagger Kiss. And you can also check out the first episode on YouTube for absolutely free of charge.
Yes.
So Amanda, it was great chatting with you, and shout out to all the cast of Dagger Kiss, to Jessica, to Wani. I hope there's people I'm gonna miss out on. I'm gonna miss
PJ Stamps, Tom Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good supporting cast.
So shout out to the entire cast, and thank you so much for your time, Amanda. Continue success, and again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kenny. It was really a wonderful experience. Thank you.
You have a great night, and you have a great weekend.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.